We are 1 week into Fortnite OG season, meaning that season 5 is done and now we're at the season 6 of Fortnite OG. Darkness rises. With this, the cube has turned into its floating island form, leaving a huge hole at the middle of Loot Lake. And why we didn't see any sign of the cube last week, but the cube spawn location was already burned. That's because we were meant to see the cube go around the map till it reaches the Loot Lake. But sadly it was so buggy. Fortnite sadly completely cancelled all the mini events regarding the cube last week. That's exactly why we didn't see no purple lake. Where is my Thanos bathwater? The floating island will also not move around the map anymore since the mission of the cube has changed. It is now focused on this hole in the lake, trying to pull something out of it. I will not exactly say why so you don't get spoiled. Now the most important part of the story is that Jon Jones last week drove a truck to carry this time machine into somewhere else. Update on that: seems like in the middle of the way he saw a banana peel on the road, panicking because of it and crashing through some trees right into a fruit selling thing and then the water. The banana peel is a reference to an ability in Mario Kart and a reference to Peely in a day where Jones actually wore Peely's peel as a cape. Messed up! I love how goofy the story with Jon Jones always is and him finding the dumbest ways to mess up. Love this guy.
Hey, he's mine!
Shut the fuck up! Jones has now taken a quad crasher instead of a truck to help carry this time machine across the lake. Once he does, Jones is now tired, so he will be taking a rest right here, enjoying the view
of death.
But where is Jones taking the time machine to? Well, something in this update shows us exactly where. Dusty! The diner building has been taken over, meaning no more restaurants at Dusty. Nah, Thunder Sushi Restaurant is better anyways. Pick! The constructors are changing this location, preparing it for a rocket launch. Exactly what scientists did in Season X. So basically these guys are trying to help the scientists make everything be ready for his arrival on the map. Who are these people and why are they doing this? To me, these are friends of Jones, who he has talked with to help him out with preparing things for scientists' arrival. These friends could be normal people on the island, or the government, now known as the Imagine Order. Why exactly would Io help Jones? Well, this Io of past would think that Jones is here through time to save the Io from future from something terrifying, meaning that they would not look at Jones as an enemy but more a need to help out. The Io of the past has absolutely no idea Jones would betray them in chapter 2 and future. Therefore, they would still look at Jones as their top agent and will help out Jones if he tells them to. What matters more than anything else is that Jones is definitely behind this, and that's exactly where Jones is taking the time machine to. He seems to want the help of the scientists for his mission to save everyone who are on the chapter 4 map right now. Now, wouldn't that change how the events of chapter 1 were meant to go? Yes, but that seems to be exactly Jones's plan right now. Even though Dr. Stone told Jones not to change the past, Jon Jones followed Dr. Stone's plans many times. He has traveled back into season 5 more than once, and every time he fails doing his mission without things going wrong, so he had to travel back into season 5 again. We are now in this season experiencing the last try of Jones in saving us all. In this try, Jones is no more following Dr. Stone's plan. Instead, he is doing his own plan, going against Dr. Stone telling him not to change the past. Why did Stone tell him not to? Well, because Fortnite's storyline is like Back to Future. We are not traveling into an alternate timeline. Instead, this is truly our own chapter 1 and past. If we make a change in how the storyline of chapter 1 plays out, that also will make changes into chapter 2, 3 and 4's story and people, completely changing everything. That's also why Stone is not comfortable with Jones doing this. But now Jones has chosen with his new plan to actually change the past, therefore changing the future too, by getting help from the scientist, taking the time machine to him. Jones changing the past is also exactly why so much about chapter 5 is different than it was in like 2018. The rest of the storyline with Jon Jones will be told in the next week, but for now, the grappler glove has been added in this update, which is not a chapter 1 item. Then why is it here? This item is not the only future thing coming to chapter 1. Even people from chapter 4 will be rifted through time into this map. That's because Jones traveling too much around time, messing with things way too much, has created chaos in time, making past and future moments collide. This thing is just the tiniest proof of that happening. From next week, we're gonna get way more. Why this is important is because to me, Jones is planning meaning to fuse present being chapter 4 and past being this season together, using the black hole to reset everything while that happens. So with the fusion of season OG and chapter 4's present, everyone from these two places will get a whole new future, that being chapter 5, which technically, since after the black hole the chapter 2 happened, next chapter should kind of be also like chapter 2, but also extremely different because the collision of chapter 4 with season OG and their fusion. I will post a huge video on this theory really soon, so subscribe not to miss that. And click on this video on your screen to find out why exactly we're back at chapter 1 OG Fortnite in this season.